Hello guys, welcome to my new video in English talking about Proton Bus Simulator. This is a mod converted from OMZ, it's not a bus of Proton Bus, it's a mod. This is a map, it's not a mod, this map is the next map for Proton Bus. It's an European map, a fictional European village or city. It's something different, we don't have this in Proton before, but we'll have now. It's an European map in a Brazilian bus simulator. What the hell is that? Well, we are open to new experiences. The oldest map of Proton Bus, that map called Aricanduva, which is a fictional city based somehow in São Paulo, Brazil, it is too ugly and too bad for most parts, because it was our first prototype. It's not that good as we would like. It's bad. You know, you have roads with square corners. You can see the polygons, the triangles of the roads. That's ugly. That's not the experience that we want for the simulator. But at the same time, I cannot change Ericanduva to a new standard. I can't edit that map for a long time because it's so time consuming. Sorry about that noise, that sounds. Recording during day here is like this, it's a shit. If I record at midnight, I got lots of dogs screaming. Yeah, I can do it better. That map, Ericanduva, is too big. We have roads with 2 or 3 hours of driving, like the 7700/10 or 77, no, it's 770051, yes, 51. It's the expansion or the extended route. If you get that route, you may drive for 2.5 hours. It's too long. So to replace all the roads and remake all the tiles, it's as hard as creating a new map. So I can do that in a reasonable time. I will take months to complete that. Actually, I started making it, but I can't finish it right now. To finish that redetailed Aricanduva map, I must just work on that. So I must stop updating the game, stop programming, stop working on other things, and make the details. That's bad because it won't have updates for a long while, like a year or so. And when the updates come, you get just the revamped or the remastered map. But there's another problem. Performance. On most mobiles, Aricanduva runs just fine, but we live in Brazil, most people don't have a good enough phone. They are too basic or too slower or too old. And some parts of Aricanduva map are not working very well on most Brazilian modern, or not modern, Brazilian popular devices. So I can't change that to make it more detailed uh, in a way that less people could play that. It would be worse. So what am I doing? A Reconduva map hold, will be saved for later. It won't get any updates for a long while, and we will work on better experiences in small cities or smaller maps. We'll be creating more diverse experiences like this one. This is a fictional European map inspired. It's fictional, it's not real, it's not a city that you know or that you can find on Google Maps or Bing, whatever. It's fictional, but it's beautiful. It's not that bad as some other parts of Ericanduva. This is the first experience that will be available for you soon on the next update, but we will be working on more updates for this kind of scenes. Basically, we will launch some other maps not only European maps, but based in other places, including, of course, Brazil too. As you know, we are Brazilian, so we will make plenty of Brazilian style maps. There are some things that are easier to make, while others are not. For example, creating slums. People people like to ask, create like Brazilian favelas, slums, something like that. It's very difficult creating those houses, and that differences in steps on the streets, it's very difficult creating that. It's time consuming. I can't in a beta. I must work on the core functionalities of the game itself. I must work hard on controls, on steering, on modding system, on passenger, optimizations, updates for Android, and each update takes a long time. We got so many problems. Each Android release or each Unity release, Unity is the engine that we use to create the game itself. So there are lots of problems that takes our time. During the beta stage, we can't spend that time creating specific difficult to make or hard to make models. So we must work on a plain scene, something more easy to do, because we want good experiences, but we also want that in a reasonable time. I don't want spending 3 years making a map on the beta phases of the game, because if I do that, it will take 2 or 3 years. We'll have a good map, but a poor game, a poor basis, a poor core, and that's not the way it should be. We can do that. I must work on the core itself at the same time that we have some maps to play with. So this is the next step. A Reconduva map will be held until we have time to work on it later, or with more people maybe, who knows. And we will bring smaller but better maps. Yes, they will be smaller. They won't have the same amount of roads that Rikonduva has. These smaller maps will have 1 to 3 or maybe 5 routes, starting with one and updated later. But they will be isolated experiences. They won't crash our time. They won't stop us of doing other things like a huge map would do. So that's it, guys. This will be the first international experience for Proton Bus. After this, I will start making a Brazilian fictional map, another one, better than Ericanduva. I hope so. So more details, better visuals, better models, but with less problems than Ericanduva. There are other complexities or other things that are too complex to make in with Unity games, is that Unity is not that great for open world maps. So it's it's fucking difficult creating huge scenes in Unity. It takes a long time to build, and it's not that perfect. We have problems with floating point numbers, precision, so if you have a smaller map, it just works. If we start increasing its size, it does not work very well. It's very hard to maintain, to keep that. We must change positions of elements while the game is still running. This brings performance problems. We must move everything back to 000, to the beginning of the coordinate system. Otherwise, the shadows start blinking. There are so many problems regarding open world maps with Unity. But we are doing it. It's difficult, it's hard, we have lots of drawbacks, but we don't. We won't give up. It's not the way we would like. I hope that these things gets better someday. But it's a pain creating huge open world with Unity. This takes lots of time. So with smaller maps, you have less problems. We still have problems, but they will be less noticeable or less. They will they will consume less time of our work because I'm so tired. With Riconduva, we edit, optimize, and change. We launch. People complains that the game is crashing, the game is laggy or at some part. At the same time, that map is ugly. It's not the thing that we want. Some areas are too empty or too ugly, just too bad. That's a shit. I don't want that in my game. It was a prototype. By that time, it was okay doing that, but not now. We want something better, and we'll do something better. That's it. I know that older phones may not play these new scenes well, like, you know, it's natural. Proton Bus is a modern game, it's under development, it's not completed, so it needs a good, powerful device to run with most settings. And also, Proton Bus has modding support. This is good and this is bad because we lose control over the game. People may create mods and share mods with the other, and people create heavy mods with lots of textures, lots of polygons. It's very difficult creating something like that. Most Android mobile games don't have modding support, you know. It's very difficult finding an Android game with bus modding support. It's difficult. No one want to create that because it it brings lots of problems. But we are doing that. It's something that I really want to do. When I first studied to create a bus simulator, I thought it must have mods. Without mods, the game dies soon because it's more fun with mods. I personally would like to add many buses to this project. It's impossible adding all buses that I want inside the game itself to get too huge, too big. And it's difficult to people to update it later, to upload it to Play Store or distribution channels and so on. So we must do something with mods, and we are doing it. The modding system is part of our core. It's part of the soul of Proton Bus. So that's it, guys. This map will be available soon for you on the next update in a few weeks or a few days. This bus is not part of the game. This bus is a mod converted from OMZ, so it's not a native Proton bus. But we will have some international buses coming. There is a Citaro C2 being converted. Also, we bought it at a 3D stock website. And that Solaris 12 meters or SU12, it will be animated over the next few weeks or months, I don't know yet, to receive animations for the rains, for windows, wipers, and so on. So for now we don't have a complete animated bus inside Proton Bus, European bus, but we will have over the next few months. And more experiences will come with proper time. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. See ya.